everybody! Today we're going to look at 6 must-know adverbs. These adverbs are really common and you should use them as well. You'll hear them and I want you to start using them. We're going to look at literally, totally, technically, apparently, possibly, and initially. But first, as always, I'm so happy you are here, so I gotta say hello to as many of you as possible. Okay, so we have Zia Amadi. Hello, hi. Maria, hiya Arnell. I'm gonna join you from Argentina. Yes, Maria, join the lesson for sure. Juan, thumbs up to you too. Kamati! Hi Arnell, welcome again with another live stream lesson. Yes, and thank you for being here. And you also say, of course, adverbs are so important. They are. Adverbs are everywhere. They make the language more colorful, more interesting. Good. Kamate, very soon I confirm my presence in Gravotion, miss. Yes, I will tell you all about Gravotion a little bit later. Thank you. Good. Pat can do it. Hello, Miss Arnell. Happy to see you again. Thank you for being here. Honey, good evening, teacher and everyone. I love your live lessons and how you explain everything. I understand more when you explain. You are my favorite teacher for me. Thank you. I love it. Bang Tan, I love it. Oh my gosh, I'm so waiting. Good. Dalton, so happy to have you here. Teacher, we are here waiting for the beginning of the lesson. Yes. Good. Then I have Zia Madi. Hello, hi. Let's do this for another minute and then I promise we'll get started with the adverbs. Shirley, I'm looking forward to watching today's stream. Excellent. Julia, hi now. Greetings from Myanmar. Very nice. Kamachi, hi now. After a long time, I'm here. Perfect. Great to have you here. 7YPIX. Hi. Ooh, bonjour, Arnell. Bonjour to you too. Good night, Arnell. Greeting from Malaysia. Ooh, yeah, it must be your evening, right? Perfect. A couple more, I promise, a couple more. Nan, hello teacher. Very good to see you again. Perfect weather here to learn English. Exactly. The weather is always perfect to learn English. Manuel says, without further ado, on the stage, Teacher Arnett, a big applause, please. Yes. Good. Lots of people are saying hello. I love it. But we have so much to get through today. I think I have almost 30 slides to get through. So we gotta start. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of information today's lesson. So I have to tell you, if you want today's notes, you can join Gravotion. On Gravotion, it's my new platform. You have the notes, the PDFs to all my past live lessons and many of my YouTube video lessons. So if you want to check out the link. Just type it in, gravotion.com. Okay. First one. Let's start with the pronunciation at the very top. Literally. Look at the word stress. Literally. 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 And because I'm American, I use that flap T. Look at the top of the slide. It says flap T. The flap T is the R sound. It sounds a little bit like D, duh. It's very similar. So the flap T is like water, butter, daughter. So with my accent, I pronounce the T not literally. It's that D sound. literally. And you can do it as well. Think about the T as a D, literally. Literally. When do we use this? Well, we use this adverb when we mean the words really mean this. Exactly. It's so hot out today, you could literally fry an egg on your car. Look at the picture. You could literally fry an egg. My words really mean this. Am I joking? No. Am I exaggerating? No. I literally mean this. Dalton says, it's literally hard to pronounce literally, right? It is a tricky one, but look at my word stress at the top of the slide. Use that to help you break it down each syllable. Literally. Literally. It's a tough one. It is. Okay. Anil says British English pronunciation. Well, Anil, I can tell you, I cannot do a British accent. My British accent, if I try, is hilarious. It's terrible. But many times, from what I hear, it sounds more like this. Literally. Literally. It sounds a bit like that, but I can't really tell you. My British accent is terrible. Okay. Next example. Same thing. The top of the slide is the same. Let's look at the example at the bottom. I was so startled. I was so startled that I literally jumped. If you are startled, this means surprised and frightened. I'll show you. This is startled. That is startled. You know, when you're startled, you kind of, you jump a little bit. Do we really jump when we're startled? No, not really. But in this case, I was so startled that I literally jumped. Good. Sri Hari says, I literally enjoy paying bills. That's a first. I've never heard that before, but yeah, you can enjoy paying bills. Yes. Good. So, in the word startled, we also have that flap T, don't we? Startled. Next one, A. It's too far away. It's too far away. It's literally a 5-minute walk. It literally takes you 5 minutes. Julia says, it is raining cats and dogs outside that I was literally drenched. We can say that my whole body was literally drenched, or I was literally drenched. Exactly. And drenched means super, super wet. Like the water is dripping off your clothes. It's like you got out of the shower. That is what drenched means. Justine says she literally starts studying in the morning every day. That's perfect, because a lot of times when we say, I study every day, I start in the morning, maybe you wake up, you start at 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock. But if you say she literally starts studying in the morning, maybe this is really happening. She wakes up and she starts studying. So literally is kind of like saying, really, believe me. Yagiru, hello! I was literally studying Arnell's clauses course for the last 2 hours. Yes, exactly. Great way to use literally. Nice. Nan says, Gravotion, yes, is the one everyone who literally studies English should join. Right, if you're really studying, you should join Gravotion. Good. This is the second use, and in a way, it's the opposite. The first one was, I mean this exactly. The words really mean this. We can also use literally when you want to emphasize or exaggerate. And I will explain those two words in a minute. Let's look at the example. I literally had no clue you were planning a surprise party. Because actually, we could remove literally. I had no clue you were planning a surprise party. But literally emphasizes, I literally had no clue. And to have no clue. Have no clue. This means you had no idea. I had no clue. I had no idea. I didn't know. Yes. Jagat says, literally, I'm a lazy guy. Okay, if you say so, sure. Good. I do think this adverb is wrongly used nowadays. Somehow it has become a cliche. Right, originally literally means exactly. But now it's an exaggeration, and now literally actually doesn't always mean really. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at these two words here. On the left side, we have emphasize. On the right side, we have exaggerate. Let's start on the left side. When you emphasize something, you want to give special attention to it. You want to make it stronger. I literally didn't know what to say when I won the drawing contest. I won? I don't know what to say. I literally didn't know what to say. We also use literally to exaggerate. Let's look at the first example. I've literally told you 1,000,000 times. Really? 1,000,000 times? See, we're exaggerating. The next example. My dad literally exploded when he saw my grades. This is clearly an exaggeration. Did your dad explode? Really? Did he explode? No, it's an exaggeration. And when we say grades, they're your school results. Did you get an A, a B, a C, a D, or an F? Those are your grades. Right, Nan is asking, Arnell, what does exaggerate mean? When we exaggerate, we make things sound dramatic. Imagine, Nan, I see a spider. A spider is maybe this big. I don't like spiders. I can exaggerate and say, I saw a spider. It was as big as my hand. That is exaggerating. You make something sound really dramatic. So literally can be used to exaggerate things. Good. Selfless says, until I opened YouTube just now, I literally had no idea that you were going live today. Exactly. Surprise. Good. Okay, let's keep moving. I literally died laughing at that joke. This is clearly someone exaggerating. They're not dead. They didn't die. To die laughing. This is a set phrase. Die laughing. This means to laugh very hard. The audience died laughing. It was so funny. I died laughing. You're still alive. We're exaggerating. Good. Nice. Okay, let's keep going. I think that's it for literally. Let's move on. And if you ever have any examples, just put them in the comments. Practice. Even if I don't see them, just try to think in English. Put yourself out there. Put your comments out there. Okay, this one, look at the very top. It's really small in red writing, often in informal spoken English. This adverb here is usually very informal, just in a conversation. You wouldn't really see it that often in writing. Totally. 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 Again, that flap T, that R sound. Totally. 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 This means completely, entirely. I totally agree with you. This is the same thing as saying, I agree with you completely, 100%. I totally agree with you. Good. Kamachi says, believe it or not, if a cockroach jumps on me, my heart literally stops that moment. Oh yeah, me too. That would happen for sure. My heart literally stops. Yeah. Good. Sir Harish says, I totally agree with the idea. Yeah. Honey says, I totally wanted to cry when I realized I totally won first prize in the karate competition. Exactly. Totally is very spoken. I totally wanted to cry. I totally won. Good. Next example. The restaurant was totally empty. No one was there. It was completely empty. It was totally empty. I thought the sequel would be like the first movie, but it was totally different. Let's look at that underlined word, sequel. Sequel. A sequel is the next movie in a series. So you always have the first movie. The sequel is the second movie. You can have another sequel and then another sequel. So many movie franchises have like 4 or 5 sequels. So I thought the sequel would be like the first movie, but it was totally different. Yeah. Maria says, I was totally knackered after that long trip. Exactly. And knackered, for any of you who don't know, means tired. Oof, exhausted. I was totally knackered. Yes. Manuel says, you need to listen to the lecturer, the totally essay. Right. So Manuel, we need totally before another adverb or a verb. Or adjective, exactly. So we could say, you need to totally listen to the lecture, or you need to listen to the whole lecture in order to understand the background. Yeah. Mohammed, where can I find Gravotion? It's a website. So if you just go to gravotion.com, you'll see my website. I have a little intro video, so if you're not sure what it is, you can watch that video. So www.gravotion.com. And in a bit, I'll put a little ad up there so you can see what's in Gravotion. Good. Good. Radha Krishna says, she is totally out of your league, buddy. This is hilarious. Okay. If someone is out of your league, oh, she is out of your league. He is out of your league. This means they are too good for you. They are too attractive. They are too perfect. You cannot date this person. Sorry, she's out of your league. Sorry, he's out of your league. So this is a really funny sentence. Oh, she is totally out of your league, buddy. Don't even try. Good. Okay. Here we have some really informal conversations. First one, this pizza is amazing. Totally. Again, I completely agree. I agree with you. Totally. Next example, I hate it when people are late. Totally. I agree. So this is very informal. Remember, totally is mainly spoken. It's very informal. Good. Nan says, I'm totally happy on Wednesday to join Arnell's live. Yes. And I'm totally happy to be here as well. I love it. Okay. Can we use 100% instead of saying totally? In some situations, we wouldn't just say 100%. We would say I agree 100%. So it means the same thing, but you wouldn't just switch totally for 100%. Okay. We have a new one. But first, let me run my Gravotion video. This is 45 seconds. So I'm going to play the video. It's 45 seconds, and then we'll continue with technically, which is another really important and common adverb. Let me find the video. Okay, here we go. 45 seconds. Do you want the notes for today's lesson? Join Gravotion, my fast-growing platform where grammar, vocabulary, and emotion meet. Download the notes for today's lesson, plus hundreds of other PDFs ready to use. You'll also get access to my complete grammar course roadmap, so you'll never wonder, how do I learn grammar? Where do I start? And the best part, the community. Join and connect with English learners from all around the world, just like you. Write Gravotion in the comments, and I'll personally send you a link to join. Let's get back to the lesson. Thank you for watching that little ad there. Thank you. And if you want to join Gravotion, definitely leave a comment after this lesson, and I'll send you the link. Yeah. Okay. Manuel, wow, how could you dress up so quickly? Exactly, I practice. One video, next one. Good. This is our third adverb, I think. Technically. 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 This means according to facts or rules. We're talking about rules here or laws. My nephew is technically an adult, but he still depends on his parents. So here in this picture, let's call this man Drew. Drew is 18 years old. Technically, he's an adult. According to the law, he's an adult. But when you're 18, you still need your parents. You're still growing up. You're technically an adult, but you're also kind of still growing up, aren't you? Yes. Maria says, technically, coffee comes from a fruit. Yes, if you want to correct someone, technically. It's good for correcting people, saying technically. Okay. Is 18 represents a teenager? Technically, because teen is in the word 18, they are a teenager, but legally they are an adult. They are considered an adult. So yeah, and a lot of times we use technically because this is the law or the rule, but we don't really feel it. Technically they're an adult, but they still need a lot of support. Okay. Next example, A. Jill uses her lunch break to play video games. Shouldn't our manager say something? Well, technically, she's not breaking the rules. Yes, it's not nice. Yes, we can hear it. Yes, we can see her gaming, but according to the rules, she's not doing anything wrong, so there's nothing we can do. Good. This one is controversial. Ooh. Technically, tomatoes are a fruit, even though they are considered a vegetable. So most people say tomatoes are vegetables, but technically, according to science, according to the facts, they are fruit. Elvira says, technically, he's not my boss anymore. Right, if someone tells you to do something, sorry, technically, you're not my boss anymore. You were my boss yesterday, not today. Good. Ooh, Maria, this is a good example. Mr. McCartney is technically the boss. Right, on paper, he's the boss, but his wife makes all the decisions. Yeah. Good. Use number 2. So number 1 we looked at according to the rules. Imagine you want to correct someone, technically, but look at use number 2. This one means in terms of skill and technique. Technique means how you do something. Do you have good technique? Do you have bad technique? Look at this image of this ballerina, so beautiful. She's a technically strong dancer with perfect posture and clean lines. And posture is how you carry yourself. This is good posture. This is bad posture. So actually I sit with bad posture quite often. I have to pay attention to my posture. So technically can also mean about technique. Next one. Soccer players today are technically superior because training methods and coaching have developed so much. And I think this is the same with a lot of athletes. Nowadays, athletes are better, faster, more powerful. They are technically superior than they were generations ago. Olivier says, hey teacher, my name is Olivier. I'm proud for today's lesson. Oh, good. You should be proud. If you're following this, if you're learning, you're doing a great job. Yeah, totally. You are totally doing a great job. Good. Now, I think we should keep moving. Yes. Okay. I'm taking a little break in the adverbs because I want to look at the position of adverbs. Adverbs are hard because they can be in so many places in a sentence. Let's look at 3 common positions, and it depends on the adverb. This is a guideline. Usually you will see an adverb after a be verb. The restaurant was totally empty. After be, or before the main verb. I literally had no clue. Those are 2 safe positions. If you don't know what to do, put your adverb before your main verb. That usually works. Or front position. Technically, tomatoes are a fruit. This is a guideline. When you're listening, when you're reading, listen out for the position, and usually it will be in one of these 3 places. Good. Victor's says, wouldn't they change the expression of message depending on their position in a given sentence? Yes, sometimes that happens. A word, it depends on the adverb, and this is why there isn't like one adverb chart. It'd be very hard to find a chart with every adverb in every position because they're always so different. If we take the adverb just, if you move just into a different position, it does change the meaning. But an adverb like literally, you could put it in different positions and it would mean the same thing, usually. Okay. Next one, this one's really common. Apparently. 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 This means I've heard this, but I'm not certain. I'm not definite. Let's look at the example. Apparently, there's been an accident up ahead. Do I know this? No, but imagine I'm sitting next to someone, they're driving, we're stuck in traffic, and I check the app. Ooh, apparently there's been an accident up ahead. I haven't seen the accident, I don't know, but I've heard this, or I've read it, but I'm not sure. And if we say up ahead, we mean in front, in the distance. Oh, there's something up ahead. Bang Tan says, apparently she's the best student in the class, but I've never seen her do homework. Exactly. You heard this. Oh, she's the best student. But do you know this? Not really. You're kind of like, apparently. Okay. But Frank says, apparently it'll rain today. Exactly. You check the weather. Is the weather forecast always accurate? No, not where I live. So apparently it'll rain today, but I'm not sure. Yagiru says, apparently the company was planning to expand its operations by hiring a finance company. Exactly. We often use the adverb when we hear a rumor, like, oh, did you hear that? Apparently that's happening. Oh, did you hear that? Apparently. Apparently, Kelly quit and isn't coming back. I heard this, but I'm not really certain. Good. Manuel says, apparently it looks like Tenerife's motorway traffic jam the whole day throughout. Right. There's just gonna be a traffic jam the whole day. Yeah, apparently. Good. Muhammad is asking, is stress on pronunciation or verb? The word in a sentence, the stress depends what you're trying to emphasize. In the word apparently, the stress on the second syllable. Apparently. But you could stress the verb. You could stress another word. Let's look at this sentence. If I say apparently Kelly quit, this makes it sound like it's not that person, it's Kelly. Or I can stress the verb. Apparently Kelly quit. She quit. I thought she was just on a day off. So it depends which word you want to stress. Okay. Let's keep moving. Use number 2. This is different from what I thought. I thought this, but this is different. We expected the event to be canceled, but apparently it's still happening. I'm surprised. There's kind of a feeling of surprised. On the next slide, I want to compare 2 adverbs. One of the adverbs we looked at during the last live. Some of you will remember. Okay. Actually and apparently. Let's read the definitions. Actually, the opposite of what you think is correct or true. apparently, this is different from what I thought. That kind of sounds like the same definition, right? The difference is actually you are certain. Apparently, you're like this, not sure. Ryan looks mean, but he is actually really nice. You might think he looks mean, but the opposite is true. Ryan sits next to me at work. He's actually very nice. In the second example, again, you're kind of surprised. This is different from what you thought, but you're still not sure. I don't know Ryan. I've heard people say he's really nice, so Ryan is apparently really nice. Both of them can show a little bit of surprise, but actually is certain. Apparently, you're always not certain. Okay. Elvira says, apparently the new app has many bugs. Right. You don't want to download that app. Apparently it has a lot of bugs. Justine, Arnell, can I use these adverbs in my essays or when I'm writing an essay? Yes, you can. Absolutely. All the adverbs you can use in writing. I would just say the only adverb I would avoid is totally. Totally is usually just in a conversation. I totally agree. Totally. But the other adverbs you can absolutely use in your writing, and you'll also see them in the news. Lauren, apparently I still need to learn English. Yep. Pat can do it. I thought Wanda and Ivy broke up. Apparently they're still together. Yes, this is a good example to show surprise. Oh, they're still together. Okay. Matilda is apparently a really good basketball player. I mean, look at the picture. She's tiny. This would surprise someone, right? What? She's a good basketball player? Yeah, well, apparently she's really good at playing basketball. Good. We have 2 more adverbs. Yeah. This one is possibly. 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 This means maybe 50-50. And it's good to know the definition, but it's also important to know how we usually use this adverb. Possibly is often used with can, could, may, and might. Why? Because those 4 modal verbs often show probability. Can, could, may, might. So you often see these verbs with possibly. Let's read the example sentence. Oh my God, fixing this leak could possibly cost thousands. And a leak is when liquid or gas escapes. So if you have a leak, water is coming through your ceiling, water is coming out from under your sink, or even your water bottle. Your bottle could leak. So fixing this leak could possibly cost thousands. Maybe. It could maybe cost thousands. I'm worried. Savu says, hello, I am from Cambodia. Hello, hello. Jin could possibly eat all the chicken in the fridge if no one stops him. Yep. Elvira, good in the negative. She can't possibly know the answer already. How would she know the answer? She can't possibly. My passport should arrive on Friday, but it might possibly get here on Thursday. It might show up a day early. It might possibly, maybe. Let's compare. Definitely, probably, possibly. I made a little line for you. Definitely, 100%. Definitely. Probably is like 80%. You think, yep, you're pretty sure it's gonna happen. Possibly is weaker. It's at 50%. Let's read these three sentences. Number one, you'll definitely receive a call. Yep, you will. It's part of the contract. You will definitely receive a call. The second example, you'll probably receive a call. They usually call people, so you will probably receive a call. If they don't call you tonight, they might call you tomorrow. Last example, you'll possibly receive a call. I don't know. So these adverbs, I said earlier in this lesson, adverbs make your speaking more colorful. And these three here, you can really show a range. Definitely, probably, or possibly. So that's the difference between probably and possibly. Probably is more likely, possibly is 50-50. Manual says, but be cautious, be cautious. Probably, maybe the neighbor has a policy insurance. We could say, probably the neighbor has a policy, an insurance policy. Yeah. Good. Last one. This is the last adverb. Initially. 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 This means at the beginning or at first. Think of the very start of something. Initially, today's lesson might seem overwhelming, but you'll get the hang of these adverbs. But you'll soon get the hang of these adverbs. Get the hang of something. Get the hang of something. This is an expression and it means you will learn how to do something. It's difficult now, but you will learn how to do this. Initially, today's lesson might seem overwhelming, but you'll soon learn how to use these adverbs. You'll soon get the hang of these adverbs. Yeah. Grace Lynn says she is always at home. I think she possibly lost her job. Yeah, maybe. Maria says, yeah, it's possibly. It is possibly the worst movie I've ever seen. Yep. Dalton, great. We definitely learned adverbs after today. Yes, definitely. 100%. Shirley, initially, I didn't like him. This is a good example. At first, initially, I didn't like him. But after a few weeks, yeah, he's okay. I started to like him. Nan says, I will possibly come to the UK in 3 years. Yeah. Good. Next example. Initially, I was against the idea of moving to a new city, but now I think it's the best decision. At first I was against. Against means you disagree with an idea or plan. Ooh, I'm against that. I'm against that. So, at the beginning, or in the beginning, I was against the idea. Next example, let's keep moving, and the next slide is the last slide. Did you know, fun fact, did you know that bubble wrap was initially used as wallpaper? This is true. Bubble wrap. What's bubble wrap? Look at the slide, that plastic sheet, where you pop the bubbles? That's called bubble wrap. Everybody loves bubble wrap. It's fun. You can pop it. This is true. Initially, bubble wrap was used as wallpaper. And wallpaper is the stuff you put on your walls to make it pretty. Your wallpaper could be like a color or it could be a design. In the picture on my slide, this is kind of like a classic wallpaper design. So bubble wrap was initially used as wallpaper, but it wasn't successful. Nobody liked it. They started using it as packaging to protect things. So there's a fun fact to end the lesson with initially. Honey says, I love bubble wrap to pop it. Yes, me too. You know it. When you have some bubble wrap, you can't help it. You need to start popping. That's just what everyone does. Avira says, initially, he only had one worn out pair of shoes, but he worked hard and eventually had a beautiful house with a garden. Exactly. Really nice. Grace Lynn says, initially, I was afraid to learn adverbs, but from today's live, I understand them clearly. Wonderful, exactly. Adverbs can be a little intimidating because they're everywhere and you don't always need them. They really add something special. Yeah, but great. So today, let me go back to slide number 1. Today we learned 6. So if you haven't watched the last live, my last live was on 5 common adverbs. Today, 6 common adverbs. And you know what? I think I'm going to do one more. One more. Not next Wednesday. I'll tell you. The 3rd of December is when I'm going live again. And sorry, I think it might be more adverbs. Yes, I think I'll do one more adverb lesson. And then that will complete this series because the adverbs from the last class and today's lesson, they're really common in speaking, in writing. You need to know them. Maria says, Gravotion was initially a dream, but now it's a true success. Oh, that's a great example. Yes, I'm still building. It's a work in progress, and I love it. And my members, if you're here today, thank you so much for being on Gravotion with me. Dalton says, I definitely never imagined bubble wrap as wallpaper in my house. Possibly kids will love this idea, and grown-ups. Imagine you go into a room with bubble wrap. You would just like be on the walls. You would just twist, like roll around the walls. Oh, that's what I would do. Safa Zal says, is this lesson finished now? Yes, thank you. We've looked at these 6 adverbs. Give me your examples in the comments. I'll stick around for a couple more minutes just to say bye and answer a few questions. Shri Hari says that lesson will be great. I like them. Yes, come join me next Wednesday, 3rd of December. We'll look at some more common adverbs. Manuel says literally good work. Yeah. Nan says, I prefer learning adverbs to phrasal verbs. Yeah, I don't blame you. I understand. Phrasal verbs, yeah, they're everywhere. And they're so similar. Honey, it's near next year and Christmas. All right, can you believe it? I can't believe it. It's December soon. Yeah. Dalton says, we love adverbs. Our vocabulary became richer. Yes, adverbs, they really do help you sound more fluent, more natural. You want to start using adverbs. Natalie said adverbs are okay. That's great. Ooh, you guys like adverbs. This is good. I can do more adverbs then. Okay. Dan says, the lesson definitely went beyond words. Have a good day ahead. Yes, Dad, have a good day as well. Perfect. So thank you so much for being here today. I hope you learned something new. After this lesson ends, leave me a couple of example comments if you want to practice. Have a great week, and I will see you in 2 weeks. I will see you on the 3rd of December. Thank you. Bye.